Hi, hello everyone. This is Shivakami from SNS College of Technology. As I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Information Technology, here we're going to learn about the topic as cost monitoring in software project management system. Let's see the topic. Here I give an introduction for the cost monitoring. Okay, what is meant by cost monitoring? The cost monitoring is tracking the actual versus the planning cost. It means suppose we going to do we have a plan going to do a one project means before we going to start our project we should plan our cost. We should plan our cost. It is the most essential thing in our project. Not only in our project, not only the project, each and everything. Suppose we have to start, before we going to allocate the cost or times. These are all the essential things. Okay, the cost monitoring is equal to tracking actual versus planned cost. Before the start project, we have a planned how much cost we have to spend for this project. Okay, but after the project completion, it will shows the different amount. It will show the different amount from our planned cost. This cost monitoring is the difference between the actual and planned. Okay, and then the ensure the project is delivered within the budget. Okay, the cost monitoring is used to we going to ensure our project is ensure our projects are done within our estimated cost. Okay, the next one is helps deduct the overcome yearly. Okay, if suppose the cost monitoring helps us to monitoring that project if the projectors execute within our control. Okay, the next one is integral part of the project control and reporting. The importance of cost monitoring. What are all the important things in our cost monitoring is prevents the budget overcomes. Okay, it prevents the budget overcomes. And then ensure the efficient resource and usage. It ensure the efficient usage of the our resources. Okay, and then it supports the decision making. Okay, if suppose our project go without our control costing. Okay, without our control costing means we're going to take a decision. Okay, how to control this much of rush. Okay, and then it provides the final transparency, financial transparency. It gives the financial transparency for all the members, team members or stakeholders or users. Okay, and then the enhance the stakeholders confidence. It enhance our stakeholders confidence. And then the next one is the key elements of cost monitoring. What is meant by key elements? Planned cost. I already said before we going to start our project we should plan our cost of that project. Okay, it is the budget estimation for every activities. Budget estimate for every activities, and then the actual cost. It's the real expenses. After the completion of that project we know how we spend for that project. Okay, this is the real expense. And then the next one is the cost variance. The cost variance means that we're going to we have a planned cost and then the actual cost. We're going to minus both of this, we get the variance of the cost project and the actual project. I mean the planned project and the actual projects. The next one is forecasting and reporting. The reporting is the most important for all the things. Okay, the regular updates of the cost status. The next one is the techniques for the cost monitoring. Okay, we have some techniques to maintain our cost. Okay, first one is earned value analysis. The next one is budget versus actual tracking. The another one is forecasting methods and here some software tools are we going to use for our cost monitoring. The tools are MS Project, JIRA, Primavera. The next one is the steps in cost monitoring. What are all the steps we are going to follow? Our cost monitoring means define the budget baseline. First we are going to define our budget. Okay, this amount only we are going to use, we are going to spend for that project. Okay, and then the track expansive regularly. Okay, and then we are going to monitoring that project, how much we have to spend for the each and every modules. Okay, or every task. And then the next one is compare the actual and the planned. The next we are going to, after the completion, we are going to every task we are going to compare our actual and planned. Okay, the next one is calculate the variance, how much the excess or how much are reduced from our planned cost. Okay, the next one is take corrective action if needed. If suppose the spending amount is extended from our actual planned cost, means we should take correct action for that. Okay, update the stakeholders. If any what kind of edit we going to do in our project, we should update our stakeholders. That is the most important. The next one is challenges in most monitoring. Next one is challenges in cost monitoring. Incorrect the estimations, scope creep, poor resource allocations, delay affecting cost baselines, lack of preparing, reporting and tools. The conclusion of the cost monitoring is used to balance the cost and scope and schedule. It prevents the financial risk and wastage. It is used to prevent our financial risk and wastage. It ensures the budget adherence and the project successfully we going to complete. Okay, I hope all you have understand this concept. Thank you all.